Good evening, Nikhil here. Welcome back to Project 1825. It's getting real nowadays. Today, I want to talk about growing our inner resources, and it's specifically necessary this time of the year and the day and what's happening in the world. So, a lot of us carry around a lot of issues which we need resources to support. So, this talk is around how we can build our own inner resources. So, as the challenges grow and our vulnerabilities growing, we need to maintain that with some inner resources, right? And that's how do we go about that? So, essentially, because I'm practicing mindfulness meditation, it's the ground where we play to build these resources. There's other ways, but I'm just talking about things which are helping me. So I want to build my inner resources this way. So this is all about building things like resilience, motivation, self generation, just self activation, things like that. So that's what I mean by inner resources. And so then what is the state in which we play at? So what is the background? So its background is we need to be with what is present. Then we need to understand and engage the mind, getting rid of the negative thoughts and then increasing the positive thoughts. So that's the kind of playground. Uh, and what the function is like, as you might know already, the brain is a complicated thing. It's the most complicated thing in the universe, apparently. Uh, and it can change. And it's called neuroplasticity, right? So this is something which we use to build inner resources, that capability of the brain to change. And this is through self-generated neuroplasticity, right? So we create that environment to change the brain to be able to be more uh, resourceful. So of course, the brain looks at the negative. We have a negative bias. If you didn't know, if you didn't know, you know now. That's why you always look at the negative things of life and you seldom remember the positive, which help us survive and things like that. So it's kind of good in that way, but I think we constantly get caught up in the negative self-thought. So that's one thing which you need to keep an eye out for. And then we need to think about like 5 things we can do to build inner resources, right? That's what we're going to discuss. So first thing is understanding. So understanding that you need to enrich the positive. And to do that, the number one thing you can do is keep the positive experience going as much as possible. And then, so if you have an experience where you kind of want to keep that in your back pocket so that next time it happens, it helps you. So, and we all know that the mind is like a Velcro for negative thoughts, and then it's like Teflon for positive, so it doesn't really stick. So this idea of like making the positive and the good traits we want to build stick. So keeping the experience going, number one. Number two is the either intensifying the experience. So if you're having a good experience of joy and awe, just trying to keep that intensity, improving the intensity if possible. This can be done by bringing it up as well. Then we look at multi-sensory way we can look at it. Then we look at novelty, so new things we can do. And also what is relevant for. These are the 5 things you can do. And let's practice with that and come back tomorrow. Excellent.